Hello viewers, welcome to EduTube, your school support educational channel where you can learn and relearn everything. In this series, 50 Commandments in English Language, we dive deep into the essential rules and tips to improve your English proficiency. Whether you are a student, a teacher, or just a native or non-native speaker, looking to refine your English skills and comprehensively understand the grammatical technicalities of the language, you are in the right place. Before we move on with this lesson, if you are new to this channel, please kindly click on the subscription button below this video to get notified of more academic lessons like this, and of course to encourage us to do more of this. And if you are a returning subscriber, we say a big thank you for your love and support always. I'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. So in our previous lesson, we stopped at commandment number 31, and in this lesson we are moving on to commandment number 32. So what does commandment number 32 say? Commandment number 32 states that when you are referring to humans, use hanged for both past tense and past participle. And when you are referring to non-living things, use hung for both past tense and past participle. Again, commandment number 32 states that when you are referring to humans, use hanged for both past tense and past participle. And when you are referring to non-living things, use hung for both past tense and past participle. Now, what's the difference between hanged and hung? There is not much difference between them except that both hanged and hung are inflections of hang. That means hang is the root word, or hang is the base form of both hanged and hung. Now, how do we know their usage, or how do we use them appropriately in an expression or in a sentence? We just simply follow the commandment number 32 by using hanged exclusively for humans in our expression or in a sentence, and use hung exclusively for non-living things in an expression. Now, in actual sense, the word hang is a legal term or is an historical term that is used for the public execution of a person or of a human by hanging. It's an historical term or a legal term that means the public execution that is used for the public execution of a human or a person by hanging. So the word hanged is exclusively used for human. And then in the other context, when humans are not involved, just to distinguish between the usage of hang for the public execution of human, we use the word hung for non-living things. Now you might want to ask, what about animals? Yes, we also use hung for animals also, because we don't publicly execute an animal. So as we said, hang in its base form or in its natural form, it is used in legal term or historically or in an historic context of public execution of a person or a human. So exclusively we use hanged for humans, and then we use hung for non-humans, that is for non-living things or for non-humans, meaning that we placed something where it will be dangling. Place something somewhere from where it will be dangling. So now let's take some examples to clarify this commandment and elaborate this commandment. The first example says that the murderer was hung to death. The murderer was hung to death. Of course, this expression or this sentence is a past tense because of the usage of was in the expression. And then the murderer we are talking about in the expression is not an animal, neither is it a thing. So obeying the commandment number 32, that would mean that the usage of hung there is ungrammatical. That means it is grammatically incorrect. So what's the right thing to say? The right thing to say is a murderer was hanged to death. The murderer was hanged to death. Now example number 2 says that he has hanged the wet cloth on the wall. He has hanged the wet cloth on the wall. Now this expression is a present perfect tense because of the usage of has before hanged. Now, what are we referring to in this expression? We are basically referring to clothes. We are referring to clothes, which is non-living thing. So we are referring to clothes, which is non-living thing. So obeying the commandment, conforming to the commandment number 32, the usage of hang there is also outrightly incorrect. It's ungrammatical to use. So the right thing to say is, we say, he has hung the wet clothes on the wall. That's the right thing to say. He has hung the wet clothes on the wall. So basically, that's the difference and the relationship between hanged and hung. Hanged is exclusively used in the past tense and past participle form for human, while hung is exclusively used for non-living things or for non-humans in the past tense and past participle. Please, if you are new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button below this video to encourage us to do more of this, and of course to get notified when we release the subsequent videos to this. And if you are a returning subscriber, we say a big thank you for your love and support always. I will see you in the next lesson.